watching their eyes and hoping I'm always there. I want her everywhere, and if she's beside me, I know I need her.
Good afternoon, everybody. Buenas tardes a todos. We are gathered here today to celebrate the union of Jackie and of Ricky in marriage. So first of all, it's an honor for me to officiate this ceremony today. As many of you know, I am Ricky's cousin, and of course I've known him my whole life. And he always likes to remind me that when we were little at his house in East LA, he'd say, it's time to go and play. But they'd have to wait for me to finish my food. Now, those of you who remember, we also remember that I used to eat every piece of food by itself. One Cheerio, one bean at a time. So he had to wait for me back then. So since then, we've had a little bit of a connection. And today he's a person I know that I can always eat good food with, always nerd out over things with, so he's someone very special to me. Jackie did not come around until a lot later. However, she's someone who I love very much, and I'm so excited for her to be more of an official part of the family, even though we really know that she's been that since day one. We used to joke that, a long time ago, if they ever broke up, that we would kick Ricky out of the family and keep Jackie around. But all that aside, we are here today to celebrate the union and the love of these two that I have had here before me. Weddings have had special meaning throughout history and across cultures. Jackie and Ricky are two people who love to travel and explore the world, so I thought it might be appropriate to highlight some of the wedding traditions they might have partaken in if they lived somewhere else in the world. In Jamaica, a place where they have traveled to, weddings are a big community affair, with the entire village often coming together to help plan the big day. Everyone in the village also gathers in the street to see the bride, and if she isn't in tip-top shape, she is publicly criticized. Now, in Mexican families, we wait till we get in the car to do that. However, fortunately, she looks beautiful, we'll have nothing bad to say, I promise. In Greece, and in many Mediterranean cultures, it is a tradition for the bride and groom to bring dishes together during the wedding ceremony. Now, those of us who know Ricky at all know that we don't really need to include that in the ceremony. It will probably happen on its own. On the Marquesas Islands of French Polynesia, after the wedding reception is over, all of the relatives of the bride and groom lay side by side in the dirt, face down. The bride and the groom then walk across them like some sort of human rug. Now guests, I hope you brought a change of clothes because we're going to be partaking in that tradition today, so I hope you're ready. Just kidding, of course. In traditional Mexican weddings, which many of us have been to and been a part of, it is a tradition that the groom is kidnapped, tossed up in the air, and is taken to the restroom when his clothes are stolen. Now, groomsmen, I'm looking at you. We're expecting big things. Fortunately, Ricky and Jackie live here in Southern California. All they have to do is be together for 6 years, live together for 3 of those years, and invite basically everybody they've ever met, and throw a giant party with plenty to drink. So, regardless of how or where a wedding ceremony takes place, they all have the same thing in common. A wedding is a celebration of commitment and a public declaration of love. Today we're here to witness Jackie and Ricky's public commitment to each other in marriage. Ricky and Jackie, this is a moment that will serve as a milestone and a reference point for the rest of your lives. This is a point where you can look back and remember who you are to each other and the promise you're making today. Marriage will not always be simple, clean, and romantic, but it is always worth it. Now, I asked Ricky and Jackie to share a story with me that exemplifies their relationship and their commitment to each other. They both thought of this particular story. So a few weeks ago, Ricky was offered a free weekend in Las Vegas, and he excitedly agreed. Of course. Jackie had agreed to pick Ricky up from work at 6 p.m. to head to Vegas to arrive at a decent hour. It was a Friday. Well, of course, Ricky had to wait at a restaurant nearby for about an hour, and Jackie showed up about an hour later, but she left her purse at home, of course. So, they go back to get the purse. When they were finally on the road, Jackie decided that she is hungry. But no, they could not just stop and get a burger from a drive-thru. She wanted a very specific popcorn chicken from a very specific Asian restaurant. So, Ricky drops her off in front of the restaurant. There's no parking, of course, so he drives her around for 20 minutes until she comes out. Hours later, they finally arrive at Whiskey Pete's, and of course, it turns out that there is no reservation. They're pissed off, to say the least. I might mention that it just so happens to be midnight around the time they found this out, which marks the beginning of Ricky's birthday. Ricky went ahead and booked and paid for the room, which of course didn't make Jackie very happy. After a tense and awkward settling in, they both discovered that if you're playing video poker downstairs, you get free drinks, and so the night and the weekend turned out pretty great after all. So it's been a nice day, 100%. Ricky and Jackie, the love you have for each other is real, it is raw. As the very wise Jennifer Lopez once said in a film in Confidential, what we had was like an old-fashioned type of love, you know? Not like this new wave soulmate type of shit, you know? It was good, it was bad, it was beautiful. Love is a commitment that is constantly renewed. It's not simply one decision made on one day or an emotion felt when everything is going right. Love is celebrating and honoring each other in the good times and the bad, during moments of success and moments of struggle. It is the ability to look at each other in the eye each and every day and to have full trust that you'll never leave each other's sides. Today marks the moment where we commit to be each other's resting space at the end of a long day, to be each other's comfort in times of sadness. You're also committed to celebrate each other's successes, to build each other up, to honor and support each other in all the places life might take you. My advice to you both is simple. Never stop working on your love for each other. Whatever happens in life, don't forget to take the time and effort to invest in each other and your commitment to each other. The actually wise John Lennon perhaps said it best. We've got this gift of love, I'm not doing that. We've got this gift of love, but love is like a precious plant. You can't just accept it and leave it in the cupboard or just think it's going to get on by itself. You've got to keep watering it. You've got to really look after it and nurture it. Ricky and Jackie, may your love for each other continually be watered. May you remember to nurture each other and nurture your commitment to each other. May today be a day you look back to whenever you need to. And as you remember the moment when you said yes, may that yes be the strength you draw from when you need it. And may that moment be the moment that brings joy each time you remember it. In the spirit of John Lennon, Ricky and some of his groomsmen would like to play a song for us today. Thank you, gentlemen. So, as we know, a marriage is not just a union of two people. In many ways, it is a union of two families. So, Ricky and Jackie wanted to take a moment to light a candle that represents a union of two families. There is a lighter there. So, they're going to take a moment. As they do that, we've reminded that when they come together, they're sharing in each other's families and each other's past, and not only each other's presence. The two candles become one. So now at this point, we'll hear from Jackie and Ricky as they say their vows to each other. Who would like to go first? We'll start with Ricky.
I know it's 112 degrees up here. We're hot too, but I'll still be quick. go back downstairs where it's like 90 degrees. I didn't prepare any vows, so I'm gonna wing it, like I wing everything. So today I'm very glad to see everyone here, really good. And this is a very, very good day because not only is it a celebration of me marrying my best friend, this is my companion, this is the one that I take everywhere with me, that I go everywhere. If I'm somewhere and there's something really cool going on, I can't hear, oh shit, shit. What didn't you hear? Okay, well, my companion, take her everywhere. If I'm somewhere and I see something really cool that I like, and she's not there, it's like it almost didn't happen. Like, crap, because if you're not there to share with your companion, you know, it's half. So my vow is to pretty much keep the same momentum I think we built up. Of course we fight, we get into it, everyone does. But I think we got a really good momentum going, and this is my road dog, my buddy. And I vow to keep it the way it is and keep on going and party with all you guys for the rest of our lives, as hopefully as long as they can possibly be. And what? Oh. So, with that said, I think it's pretty evident that most of you guys know us, how we roll, and I love her, and we're getting married!
I'll try my best to do this without crying. For all you who were saying, how are you doing? I was good. Okay, so now. I just want to thank you for making this happen. You're marrying South Whittier. The South Whittier will stay with me. Okay. I just want to thank you for everything that you've done. I will, the chingadera for expanding my taste buds on beer. I we used to go out and I took a line. Oh, you were need a Bud Light. You don't need a Bud Light. Now, give me red wine. Give me vodka, give me anything. Now, expanded and saw because of you. I have to say, I'm not going to live a boring life. You're always into something, and we do it together. My one thing was that you can never sing. You proved me wrong once again. We will have our ups, we will have our downs. Even when I'm in my monthly, I know you'll always have your
Let's hear it for Ricky and Jackie. So now as we get closer to the moment where this all becomes official, Ricky and Jackie will exchange the rings that they have for each other as they bring the rings forth. We should be reminded that rings have a deep meaning. The circular shape of a ring is unbroken, representing the commitment Ricky and Jackie are making to each other that will never be broken. So you may face each other as you are ready. Please take each other's hands without dropping the rings. Can somebody take okay, please? So I'll be asking each a few questions. At the end of each question, you should answer I do. And after the questions are completed, I'll tell you to place the ring on the other's finger. Ready? Okay. Jackie. Do you take Ricky to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Yes.
Do you promise to stand by his side in times of sickness and times of health, in times of prosperity and scarcity?
Yes.
Do you promise to stand by his side as to be his wife as long as you both shall live?
Yes.
You may place the ring on his finger. Ricky, do you take Jackie to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do you promise to stand by her side in times of sickness, in times of health, in times of prosperity, and times of scarcity?
No, sí.
Do you promise to stand by her side and to be her husband as long as you both shall live?
Ahoy Road.
You may place it on his finger. So with the words I do, all that needs to be done is to introduce them to you all as newlyweds. By the power invested in me by the state of California, it is my great privilege to introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Ricky and Jackie Lopez.